After Shashi Tharoor, there are rumblings within the Congress when it comes to DK Shivakumar, the influential Congress leader in Karnataka. From Kerala to Karnataka, the Congress is facing voices within and divisions that are playing out in the public domain. Even as a critical meeting of the Kerala Congress is taking place with the Congress High Command, with both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi present, the question is, how to read these divisions? Are they minor blips that will pass, or is there something more serious that is going on, both with Shashi Tharoor and TK Shivakumar? I'm Barkhadad. You're with the Mojo story. Shashi Tharoor has lashed out at the Indian Express in particular and the media in general, saying that his comments have been distorted. This amid persistent rumors and reports that Tharoor was unhappy with the Congress having sidelined and marginalized him. A critical meeting of the Kerala Congress is taking place, but even while that is happening, DK Shivakumar meeting with Jaggi Vasudev, or Sadhguru as he's known, has also created some rumblings and discontent within the Karnataka Congress, with some Congress leaders in Karnataka taking to social media and questioning why DK Shivakumar had to do this at this function. Home Minister Amit Shah was also present. DK Shivakumar has described this moment to be his personal belief. He has said that he is a born congressman, and he has also called Sonia Gandhi more Hindu and more Indian than anybody else. While DK Shivakumar has rubbished the rumors of closeness to the BJP, Shashi Tharoor too finally seems to be publicly distancing himself from reports that he would be leaving the Congress party. That said, not all is well in paradise. These pictures that you see are of a very important Kerala Congress meeting taking place with Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. This amid reports that someone from within the Kerala Congress leaked the details of what happened when Shashi Tharoor met with Rahul Gandhi. How do we see what's happening within the Congress party? Let me introduce our guests on the program today. Joining me now is veteran author and journalist Rashid Kidwai. Welcome to the program, Rashid. Also joining me is Surabhi Hodegere, BJP leader from Karnataka. Surabhi, it's good to see you. Mohan Kumar Mangalam of the Congress is with us. Mohan, always good to see you. Sugata Srinivas Raju, author and veteran journalist, is with us. Sugata, welcome back to the program. Rahul Ishwar, that paradoxical entity who's both a fan of Prime Minister Modi and Shashi Tharoor, and also is from Kerala himself, is also with us. Welcome everybody to the program. Rashid, I'm going to actually start with you before we start bringing the politicians in. You were saying to me on this platform just yesterday that you thought a reconciliation between Shashi Tharoor and the Congress was in the works. A critical meeting is underway. But even while that is happening, there's another Congress leader who finds himself drawn into controversy, that is DK Shivakumar. Are these just minor blips, or is there some serious rumbling from Kerala to Karnataka within the Congress? How do you read it?
So, Barkha, I think that footage you showed of that Kerala meeting, there are happy faces, people are smiling. So, I don't see a tense atmosphere, the seating kind of arrangement, Shashi Tharoor sitting next to Ramesh Chaninthala. It tells you that, things are very much in control and there is not going to be much of a, case of crisis or a, showdown. And remember, this meeting has been called to, prepare for coming assembly elections in Kerala. We'll get to know more. Coming back to this, I think the DK Shivakumar part, I think the party, of course, has a problem in sort of having a comprehensive, a kind of, cogent articulation about these things. These are, matters of personal brief, DK Shivakumar himself has said, and I think media is also makes too much of it, in the sense that there is storm in teacup and we are interpreting it too much. Remember, Barkha in recently concluded Mahakumbh, what did the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge said? He had said something, I don't want to repeat, but it's in public domain, and yet you saw so many congressmen, including Sachin Pilot and others, going and taking a holy dip and doing their what is in the domain of personal belief, just as Rahul Gandhi didn't go. So there are a lot of the areas are there. I think the real problem is that a section of Congress, particularly from North India, they want to, and even South India, they want to have a religious outreach program. They think that their religious sentiments should be articulated, they should be allowed. So negation of religion is not an agenda. Remember, there was a Congress meet at Mount Abu a couple of years back, and where over 150 party leaders of various levels of hierarchy had gone and said this, and there the sentiment was very much there that we should be allowed to have a religious outreach program. When I say religious outreach program, it is fundamentally with the majority community faith, that being Hinduism, not so much with Christianity, Islam, or Buddhism, or Judaism, or other faiths that which are practiced in India. So this is I think it's being made too much of it, but lack of communication is something that's creating problem, because like in case of Shashi Tharoor, a lot of DK Shivakumar thing has also come in, because a section of Congress, some people have started saying that what DK was doing was improper and he should not have been in company of this Jaggi. Sadhguru
Vasudev.
Jaggi. So all these
Yes.
things are there. So I think it is the much of the crisis, or I would say storm in the teacup, is triggered by congressmen themselves.
Right. And very quickly, Rashid, before I open this up, you believe, in a way, what you're saying is that when there is visible display of religiosity, it makes a section of the Congress uncomfortable. But then how do you explain Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi's own temple runs, which were quite commonplace in the Lok Sabha election?
So obviously, in Congress, the absence of ideology that used to be a cutting edge, it used to draw people of all faith and all kind of, whether you're a believer or you're not a believer. Then since the rise of Narendra Modi, I think this has become a little problematic, because congressmen, they are feeling, increasingly, politically speaking, under pressure, and they want to, articulate. Let's not forget, Barkha, that during the freedom struggle the post-independent India, both Mahatma Gandhi, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad were deeply religious, while Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Guruji Golwalkar were agnostic. And yet they were able to sway the religious sentiment. So the politics of religion, of course, it's a subject domain of a much bigger and deeper debate, but it's also there. So there is a degree of discomfort that is there in Congress post 2014, and it's very much there.
I'll get Mohan Kumar Mangalam and Surabhi Hodegere to come in on that in a moment, but I want to play out, in fairness to DK Shivakumar, what he has said about why he met with Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, and how some members of his own party have criticized him for doing so. Take a look.
Making it very clear, I could see in lot of media and lot of social media, some of my friends are calling that DK Shivakumar is on the way, closer to BJP, closer to this one and all. See, by birth I'm a congressman. My stand is, I'm a Hindu and I believe in every culture of this society. Because of my personal liking and my personal ideology, belief, Congress ideology is everyone taking everyone together. What Mahatma Gandhi did, what Jawaharlal Nehru did, what Indira Gandhi did. I have seen Sonia Gandhi conducting our Ugadi festival. I once went there to meet her 25 years back. Ugadi festival. I never knew that Kashmir and Karnataka, same day they celebrate Ugadi festival. She is more an Hindu, adopted Indian than all of us. We are led by such a family. Karge Sahabru, Mallikarjun Karge ante iddaru. Mallikarjun and yaru? Shiva.
Right. So Sonia Gandhi is more Hindu, adopted Indian than the rest of us. Meanwhile, Mr. Kharge, Mallikarjun Kharge, has released a statement after that Kerala meeting. Change is inevitable in Kerala. First, I was very excited. I thought he's announcing a change in the Kerala Congress leadership. However, as you go on to read the statement, it says Congress has built the developmental paradigm, etc., etc., and we'll do everything possible to bring UDF to power. And we have held a meeting of INC Kerala leaders. We have deliberated on a political strategy in the future of the state. So no, it is not making any big announcement. It's about change in Kerala Congress, or you can read that statement any way which you want. Mohan Kumar Mangalam, are these the issues that the Congress needs right now? I think that's my question.
I mean, if their issues are real, then, and yes, if they're real issues, then no. But I don't think any of these issues are real. I think the issue with Dr. Tharoor, he himself has clarified that it's a mountain out of a molehill. And with all due respect to PV Mohan, who commented on Mr. Shivakumar's visit during Mahashivratri, and Mr. PV Mohan is a great guy, by the way. I worked with him in the Karnataka elections or in the Telangana elections, if I'm not wrong. Very hardworking individual, very good congressman. But this is really his opinion. I don't think there's anything wrong with DK Shivakumarji going to Jaggi Vastev Sadhguru's ashram for Mahashivratri. Many people go there. And yes, a lot of BJP people somehow feel like because he's gone there, a lot of them even reached out to me saying that it looks like your deputy CM might be crossing over. But this is exactly the perception that we don't want to pervade, which is in the sense that congressmen will show up at religious functions as well. Why is it that if a senior congressman shows up at a function related to the Hindu religion, suddenly it seems that he's moving towards the BJP? Clearly, there's something wrong then. Many more Congress functionaries should show up at these events, is what I feel. Our governance is secular, but our politics is intertwined with religion. It's been that way since the time of Mahatma Gandhi. I think we cannot keep our politics completely secular. There is something wrong with that. And funnily, I remembered
Explain
when this
that,
was brought
explain
up
that,
as
explain
issue.
that. 1 minute, explain
Well,
that. What do you
I
mean
am
we
saying,
cannot keep our politics
I'll
purely secular? Yeah.
keeping your politics purely secular would mean never visiting a masjid, never going to a church, and never going to a temple. So keeping politics at an arm length from anything you do in public life, I don't think that's possible in our country at all. And it's never been that way in our country. From the independence movement also had a lot of religion in it. All religions contributed to it, or people from all hues, or following all religions rather. So I was just thinking, in 2019, I remember Mr. Shivkumar was heavily criticized for inaugurating a statue of Jesus Christ in his constituency. I don't know if any of you remember it. It was like this huge, massive statue. So this is what Mr. DK Shivakumar should be doing. He should be going to events of all religions, and that's what all congressmen should do. If anybody's being feeling uncomfortable about it, it is their own personal take. I don't think it's the Congress's policy in any way. And in
Okay.
all, to
But
be
I
fair,
think,
I've
but I
also
think,
visited
but I
that
think
ashram.
Rashid has a point in saying that there isn't a cogent articulation. Why should Congress people be on the defensive if they go to a place associated with religion? Like Prime Minister Modi is
I don't know.
attending Jahane Khusro Sufi Festival. By
Wait,
the way.
there is a second aspect to this. There is a second aspect to this, and I have not heard the exact comment. But in Mr. PV Mohan's tweet, he did say that Jaggi Vastev Sadhguru had made an offhand or callous comment, or maybe a ridiculing comment about about Rahul Gandhi, which I haven't heard. Even if he had made that comment, that doesn't suddenly make him persona non grata. It reminds me of someone unfollowing Obama on Twitter because of the cable leaks that came out when he had something uncharitable to say about Rahul Gandhi as well. I think this is being more loyal than the king, so to speak. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. In fact, reaching out to people who might disagree with your leader or feel there's something wrong with him would be a better way to build bridges. And all politics should be about is about building as many bridges as you can to people who, at least statedly, are not partisan.
So Surabhi, I think you may not find anything to disagree with Mohan on what he's just said.
Mohan's comments and the subtlety with which such nuances were communicated, I really appreciate it. But I also want to give some insight from Ground Zero, which is Bengaluru. Today we're seeing DK Shivakumar having to apologize, not really apologize, but substantiate his actions in three different situations. First, when the Ram Mandir consecration happened and 34,000 temples were providing free prasada, that was a moment where he had to come out and say, look, this is also our right to go ahead and do this. The second time was when he went to the Kumbh Mela and took that dip. And it came at the wake of comments made by the Congress president in the center, where he said that it's not going to take away poverty if you take a dip in the river, in the Sangama. The third being the fact that he was sharing stage, in the presence of Sadhguru as well as in the presence of Home Minister Amit Shah. Now, the fact that he's had to come out and substantiate or answer questions in itself shows that in the Congress party has given out the space to be proudly Hindu to the BJP. It is in the association in the minds of people. It is not the BJP making this insinuation. It is in the minds of people that if you wear your religiosity, particularly Hindu religiosity, on your sleeve, in some way that pushes you closer to the BJP. One. Second, I want to contextualize this in the current scenario here in Karnataka. there is a tussle going on for the CM chair. And who is the tussle between? It is between DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah. Siddaramaiah, who comes from the JDS, DKC says that he is a born congressman. Siddaramaiah was not a born congressman. He comes from the JDS. He also comes from a ideological thinking of ultra left, and is rooted in the ideology of not having any overtly religious views or beliefs. So DK Shivakumar is negotiating with the Congress High Command, if you may, because this overt presentation of Hindu behavior is not. To be fair to him, he has said this very statement, which is that I was born a Hindu and I will die a Hindu, many times before, because that seems to be a necessary comment to stay within the Congress, unfortunately. But he has also, like Mohan said, there was a controversy on the Yeso Betta, which was previously Hanuman Giri. There was also a controversy in the cooker blast, in the Mangalore cooker blast, where terrorists were called brothers. These are common conversations that happen in Karnataka. So contextualize. And I'm sure Sugata sir will be able to mention this a little bit more clearly. But there is a political tussle happening.
I think you definitely make a fair point that there was an expectation that DK Shivakumar ran the campaign that placed the Congress in government, and there would perhaps be a rotational chief minister. And how do you divorce the politics from? It could be innocuous, as Mohan says, just DK Shivakumar expressing his faith. It could be imaging, it could be positioning. Just before Sugata and Rahul come in, I know, Rashid, you have to leave us a bit early, so I'll get a quick response from you and then come to Sugata and Rahul. Go ahead, Rashid. You accept that there's politics in DKS's positioning?
Absolutely. So I think there's a lot of that tussle that Shobhi is talking about, the tussle between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. So this is being used to take a pot shot to somehow, lower his, kind of standing within the Congress or in the eyes of Gandhis or Mallikarjun Kharge, who's also from Karnataka. But these are the games that are played in all political parties, perhaps in BJP itself, but because of that aura and that kind of fear and respect that, Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah command, that we don't get to see these kind of events. And Barka, you have seen it was happening during Atal Bihari Vajpayee's time. I think just one very quick point about Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. See, Barka, informal head count was taken at that time when Siddaramaiah was made chief minister, and I would not get into the numbers, but Mr. Siddaramaiah was way ahead of DK Shivakumar, and that's the only reason why you have Siddaramaiah as chief minister and DK Shivakumar as a deputy chief minister. His time will come. He has to wait and watch. That is exactly he's doing. He's not very keen. He's doing all these things as a matter of his personal belief. He's a show boy. He's like he's a bit of a Subhash Ghai of Karnataka. He's a great showman. He likes to do these things, and he's doing it. And he knows he can get away with it because he has a very good equation with, I think, with Sonia Gandhi.
I think he would have preferred that you said he's the Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, but you have made him Subhash Ghai. I don't know. He could be.
Amitabh is not that flashy. I mean, Subhash Ghai is very flashy in that sense. So in that context, I was saying,
yeah, that's very funny. But let's bring in Sugata and Rahul. Rashid, stay as long as you can. But we know you have to go a bit early. Sugata. Subhash Ghai of Karnataka waiting for his time to come. Shashi Tharoor, the showman of Kerala, waiting for his time to come. Everybody being punished for being ambitious in the Congress party. And I think the fair point that Rashid makes is it's not as if ambition would be encouraged in the BJP of today. Certainly, some of us are old enough to have lived through a different BJP where ambitions collided often publicly, but that's not the BJP of today. Sugata, go ahead.
Thank you, Barkha. Rashidji, I would say, I think Govinda would be a better thing to sort of. Subhash Ghai is the director, so this man is more Govinda.
Meaning he's a star. Meaning he's a star,
yes,
though. He has a star quality.
Yeah, he's a star catering to a certain kind of class and audience. So it's not the kind of audience that Siddaramaiah caters to.
Yeah.
But he caters to a certain kind of, say, B grade or C grade audience within the Congress and within the Okkaliga community and within and among the electorate of the Karnataka, state. So, having said that, see, I think this whole religion thing is not such an important thing at all. It's a smoke screen. There's something else happening in Karnataka. See, for the last 10 months, Barkha, I'm sure Surabhi will endorse what I'm trying to say. There is not a day that has passed when cabinet colleagues of DK Shivakumar, who are say junior cabinet colleagues, people in the hierarchy who are cabinet members, cabinet ministers, who have openly humiliated him every single day. So DK has been cornered in the Karnataka Congress for the last 10 to 11 months every single day, and this is not something that is happening behind the screens. All these statements are happening in the in the open. Newspapers in Kannada are reporting about it. Television channels are debating about it. It's not a close kind of a thing. For instance, there is a minister called Rajanna who has been for the longest time saying that DK Shivakumar should be removed as the Congress PCC president. Then there are others who say that why only DK Shivakumar should be the deputy chief minister. There should be 3 more, and they've been suggesting names. And then all of them incidentally, I'm not trying to suggest anything, but all of them incidentally are hardcore Siddaramaiah people. Essentially, the salvos are being fired from the Siddaramaiah camp. And DK, they are trying to strip DK of his KPCC presidentship. DK is being stripped, they're trying to strip him of his deputy chief ministership, and he is being humiliated every single day. So, and in the light of that, the response of DK has been very measured and balanced so far. The reason for that, many people say, is because he's not been able to carry MLAs with him. He doesn't have the numbers to break away. He doesn't have the kind of numbers. See, Karnataka has a huge majority, and you need a substantial chunk to take away to either form government with some other party, and no other party seems to have that kind of number. So in real politics, you can't do that. And DK in many ways has been treated unfairly. And he is trying to draw the attention of the High Command by going to Jaggi's function, going to the Kumbh Mela,
therefore, may I ask you, Sugata, that what DK Shivakumar is describing to be simply an expression of faith, or what Mohan would call multicultural engagement, you actually believe these are political salvos?
Oh, 100%. 100%. See, DK Shivakumar, all said and done, has been in politics for about 40 years, and he is not a novice player. He knows his game. See, the only thing is, the only big mistake that DK Shivakumar seems to have made is that he thought money will do everything for him in politics. But that has not been so. So he has not been able to carry people like Siddaramaiah. And Siddaramaiah is someone who grew in the JDS under Deve Gowda, was groomed by Deve Gowda, but came into the Congress. And let me remind you, in 2008, he came in 2006. And in 2008, the biggest flashpoint, like the one that you're seeing now with DK Shivakumar, was with Mallikarjun Kharge. Siddaramaiah openly said that if he is not made the leader of opposition at that point, it was Mallikarjun Kharge, he is going to leave the Congress within 2 years of his coming in. And that is the reason why Kharge had to move to Delhi. So this is not new. Siddaramaiah plays a certain kind of a hard game and has a kind of, has managed the media well, has a kind of socialist aura.
This is why we can't understand politics sitting in Delhi, because the way you've explained what's going on in Karnataka with that granularity, I think what you're saying is that there is an actual problem. And I think, and I'll get Mohan to respond to that, but let's similarly get that granularity from Kerala, Rahul, where you too believe that there's an actual problem. Go ahead, Rahul.
No, Barkhaji, it is actually quite simple. See, Mahatma Gandhi never believed in secularism. Mahatma Gandhi believed in Hindu-Muslim unity, Sarva Dharma Samabhav. The entire secularism or the leftist secularism was injected later. You may agree with it, I may disagree with it, but Mahatma Gandhi or Sardar Patel were more of pluralist. Nehruvian, Indira Gandhian secularism, they were not having. And Sri Shashi Tharoor, Sri DK Shivakumar all go to the path of that pluralism angle. Shashi Tharoor sir writes the book, Why Am I Hindu? 50% because he's a proud Hindu, 50% because he doesn't want to lose the Nayar vote bank. Sri DK Shivakumar is a proud Hindu. He goes to all the Shivaratri festival, Ram temple, because he's a genuine believer. He also doesn't want to lose the Vokaliga vote and the soft Hindu votes that usually goes to BJP. Let's be very open about it. This is the honest reality. So DK Shivakumar wants to cater to that soft Hindu right vote, where he can proudly showcase, see, I have also consecrated the largest Jesus statue and I am ready to fight RSS for it. Shashi Tharoor wants to say proudly that I regularly go to church, but I am also a practicing Hindu. And he even went to say that he was named Shashi because he was born on a Shivaratri night, day before yesterday, he tweeted. So he wants to have that soft right attitude. And when Shashi Tharoor sir came, as a person from Trivandrum, I used to regularly watch him wear the saffron kurta when he regularly goes out, when he was continuously being attacked. See, whatever a politician do, they always do with a calculation, whichever politician it is. See, Mallikarjuna Khargeji's vote bank is slightly different. It is belong to that Dalit Buddhist.
So would you extend this political messaging to the Prime Minister's decision to attend a Sufi festival in Delhi at the Jahane Khusro?
Absolutely yes, absolutely yes. Our Prime Minister, I mean, I'm a huge fan of Narendra Modi ji, but Narendra Modi ji is a complete politician. He is a 24-hour politician. Even in his sleep, he's a positively politician. When his meditation is there, it's a politician. When he sends chadar, see, that is how political leaders are. Mahatma Gandhi was like that. When an earthquake happened in Bihar, Mahatma Gandhi said it was because of the casteism we practiced. Even people like Rabindranath Tagore criticized Mahatma Gandhi for saying this, saying that he's promoting superstition. See, Mahatma Gandhi was driving a larger point. He edited the lines of Raghupati Raghava Rajaram and added Ishwar Allah Tero Naam, because there is a larger message behind it. So this is a very honest thing. Let us be honest about these kind of things. Shashi Tharoor wants to accumulate a soft Hindu vote, where the soft Hindu middle class, especially the forward community and the rising backward Hindu community, will vote for Shashi Tharoor. Along with, he is a believer too. That's a different thing. Or Sri D.K. Shivakumar wants to have that position. And I think it is the folly of Congress that Sardar Patel wala position Congress has totally abdicated. And they have left that space. That's the space where Narendra Modi ji walked in. He walked in by having that Sardar Patel statue, cleverly positioning himself as Sardar Patel. After he rose much higher, he positioned himself as
okay. Let me get Mohan to respond to what you said, but briefly, Rahul, do you believe, because you have flagged the fact that Shashi Tharoor has a genuine Kerala Congress problem. His problem is not with the people of Kerala, the voters of Kerala, it's with his party. How big is that problem? How big is that problem?
See, the issue is there are 5 Nayars here. The 5 Nayars are having a fight between each other. Shashi Tharoor, Ramesh Chintala, V.D. Sadishan, K.C. Venugopal, K. Muralidharan. This is the granular detail. And Shashi Tharoor sir has the least connect to Congress workers. He has the maximum charisma. He has the maximum global appeal, no doubt. He has the maximum mass connect too. But he doesn't have so many people inside Congress or the Congress, the party worker. He should have more connect. And he is slightly inaccessible. Even though he's accessible to people in media, he's slightly inaccessible to the people who are on ground. So Shashi Tharoor, if he wants to become chief minister, he wants to have that space of Hindu middle class who will actively vote for him. The same Hindu middle class like me who will go with Narendra Modi ji when he has the Ram Mandir, which I feel very proud about. The same me will feel proud about Shashi Tharoor sir saying why I am a Hindu, irrespective of a barka looking at him with secular eyes. Shashi Tharoor is ready to write why I am a Hindu.
You are firstly making multiple assumptions. Let me tell you my view. Let me tell you, since you brought it up, before I come to Mohan, just briefly. I think the Indian model of secularism should be derived from the Indian army, which I have spent a lifetime reporting on, which is what about the Mandir Masjid Gurdwara traditions, which is about Sarv Dharm Sthals, right? I think you cannot divorce in our country religion from culture, and I think there is deracination in not being able to do so. So you make an incorrect assumption of my views.
Before going to Sabrimala, we proudly go to a crores of Hindu devotees. First go to a mosque of Vavar before going to Sabrimala. We go to a church of Arthangal Velita before going to Sabrimala. This is what our God, Hindu God Ayyappa taught us. So this line Congress has lost, and Congress has entirely gone into the Nehruvian line, where the religiosity always has been some sort of untouchable. Come back to the Gandhian line.
To be fair to Mohan, I think he's already said that the Congress should be able to engage with all faiths and also express personal faith, and that should not be a problem. But I want you to respond both to everything you've heard so far. Surabhi and Sukata flagging the problems within the Karnataka Congress, Rahul flagging the problems within the Kerala Congress, that this is in the end about politics and the religious debate is a smokescreen. How do you respond to that, Mohan?
So I don't think Mr. D.K. Shivakumar is trying to, for lack of a better word, blackmail Congress High Command by signaling that he might go to the BJP. I really don't think there's any stock in that at all. He didn't do any of those things when he could have, when we were about to form government, and both of them had flown down to Delhi and had long conversations as well. So I don't put any stock in that analysis. I will say that up till the month of January, there were a lot of stray comments being made. Sugata is right. I'm not going to deny that. And Mallikarjun Khargeji particularly came down to put an end to all of that and told all of those people who are making those stray comments that they need to shut it right now and focus on work. There are comments like these made by factions or rival leaders in Congress party in many states, not only in Karnataka. I would say we have a big tent party with people with multiple views, and it tends to spill out. We're a little more democratic than the BJP, I would say. But in Karnataka BJP, it has gotten to be just as bad, if you will, or not worse than the Congress party, with BL Santosh camp and the Yedurappa camp, Vijendra and CT Ravi on one side, going after each other in full flow. And I am an entrepreneur as well, so I have businesses in Karnataka. I spend a lot of time here. I don't read Kannada newspapers, so I'm sure Sogota has a much deeper understanding of Karnataka politics than I do. But I have not seen Mr. D.K. Shivakumar stature come down in any which way. And looking at it from the perspective of an entrepreneur in Bangalore, because
you
of
don't
these
think these
statements that have
images are
happened.
political? Mohan, you don't think,
No,
before I get Surabhi, you don't think these
I
images
don't
are
think,
political?
not political in the sense of using it to blackmail Congress High Command in some way, reinforcing the fact that he could go somewhere. I don't think Mr. Shivakumar is doing anything of the sort. Political in the sense of appealing to a base, the way Ishwar is saying, possibly. I think that's the fair game for any politician.
So let me bring in Surabhi first. Surabhi, do respond.
Sorry, I beg to refer very strongly on this, because these comments that were made were not far away in January. It was as recent as February, where K.N. Rajana said that, no, don't misuse Siddaramaia's name. That was the comment made. And he said that you're the one misusing Congress party's name and accumulating property in dollars cornerly. These are very strong accusations. There were also accusations, as well as lots of going back and forth when an SC Samavesha conference was supposed to happen, and leaders from the SC community were huddled in a dinner party, where finally the word had to come in from Surjewala, who's in charge of the Congress here, saying that don't do this at this moment. And the excuse given, this was a letter that was given out to the public. It was a media letter that was put out saying that, look, the Congress High Command has said don't do this Samavesha right now. All of this spells at trouble in the Congress camp, which is not a secret, Barka. Yes, it is neither a secret that BJP Karnataka is going through its issues as well, but nor is it a secret that the Congress party is having a conversation on whether D.K. Shivakumar should continue to be KPCC president or not. The conversation on one man, one post, as well as many people from the Siddaramaiah camp coming on and saying different accusatory things towards D.K. Shivakumar. Having said that, this aspect of he's using this to blackmail or negotiate. I use the word negotiate. I did not use the word blackmail, just for a reference. The point here is not saying that I'm going to go to the BJP or not. This is a speculatory comment coming through Twitter, social media, elsewhere. Nobody in the BJP is saying it, clarifying it again and again, because we truly believe that the Congress really puts up this show, whether it is Rahul Gandhi's temple runs or sudden realization of what their jat is, what their religion is when election time. We do not believe this is sincere. We do not believe this is sincere. And what problem is today? D.K. Shivakumar is the minister in charge for Bengaluru. He has a big portfolio. Bengaluru is falling apart. An entrepreneur coming to Bengaluru will know today that we have n number of problems, all coming at us in like a force of gusto. We need to solve that not through tunnel vision, but through real ideas.
I think those are fair points there. That it's not the BJP that's saying that D.K. Shivakumar is planning a change. These are social media tropes. But there's a problem in the Karnataka Congress. Mohan seems to believe the problem has been contained, and that these problems, these spillover effects, come from a political culture where there isn't a centralized leadership as there is in the BJP today. So it'll be one sentence, and I have to go to Shugata.
Sure. The Mallikarjun Kharge comment on Mallikarjun also means Shiva. If you can read between the lines, that was a dig at the Congress president in the center. Whether we have, the command control policy works for the BJP or doesn't work for the Congress, so which is more democratic or decentralized, is very visible in who becomes president or not in the All India National Congress. So let's not. We also have our democratic issues. We also have our problems. I'll give you a red carpet welcome to Karnataka to see that right up front. But that does not show whether a one party is democratic or not. It shows
fair. Yeah, fair. Let Sugata come in, then Mohan can get the last one. Mohan, give me a second. Sugata, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, Barka, I mean, like Surabhi used the word negotiate. I said he's trying to draw the attention of his high command. I did not use the word blackmail either. So he's not trying to blackmail because I don't think he has enough to blackmail. You can blackmail only when you have a sufficient number of MLAs on your side. So that is not the case with DK Shivkumar. That's the reality about DK Shivkumar. Having said that, I think both DK Shivkumar and Shashi Tharoor, who are the subject of today's discussions, can't find a place in the BJP or any other party. They can take themselves there, but they can't take a single vote across. See, that is also a reality about both DK Shivkumar and Shashi Tharoor. See, DK Shivkumar, for the simple reason...
Shashi Tharoor says that people who don't vote for Congress vote for me.
No, that he can say anything that he wants, but can he sort of move out of the Congress and join the left and will the left, which does not even sort of accord the kind of importance that it had to someone like Shailaja teacher or somebody? Will they sort of straight away put him up in the hierarchy? That's not going to happen. And which other party is there for him? BJP.
So
see,
you're saying neither of these men. You're saying neither of these men have great options. They have no great options.
Yeah, they have no options. Yes, and they have no options. And if he goes to the BJP, he'll feel very stifled. He's a very liberal, erudite, urban kind of character. He can't handle the BJP either. See, he can once in a while make a comment on the Prime Minister's foreign policy or speak in his favor, but I don't think BJP is a real option for him. And similarly, DK Shivkumar cannot move into the BJP and expect the Okkaliga vote to follow him, because the patriarch of the Okkaliga party is Devegowda and his son H.D. Kumaraswamy. And in that belt, where the Congress has done extremely well this time, there's a 4% increase in their vote share in that area at the cost of the JDS. I don't think that vote base is going to move into DK if he gets into BJP. Or if he gets into the JDS, JDS will anyway not be welcome.
So the question in last comments is, what's the purpose of all this? So Gata, I'll give you the last word. I want Mohan Surabhi to come in with closing comments. Mohan, please respond. Mohan? Can we unmute Mohan? Mohan, you're muted at your end. Can you unmute yourself?
I'm sorry. Respond to what exactly, Barkha?
Okay, so the point that I think Sugata and Surabhi are making is that you can't paper over the fact that there are problems. You can say, because you have to, that, the problems aren't big. But nobody has used the word blackmail for DK Shivakumar. Nobody has said, he's going over to the other side. The argument is that A, there is a problem. B, these are men, both men are being undercut by their party colleagues. Do you grant that?
No. I don't think they're being undercut. Again, this is a perception issue. I think, like I told you, my perception is DK Shivkumarji is doing incredibly well and has a larger-than-life figure in Karnataka, which he didn't have when he was power minister. When he, as deputy chief minister, he's pretty well known. And yes, there are bickerings within the party. But I think Mr. Kharge came and put an end to those. She may be right in that February, another stray comment has been made by an individual. But I'm saying, in equivalence, I'm seeing the same commentary happen in BJP. She herself admitted that she'd lay out a red carpet to show you the kind of infighting that's happening in the BJP in Karnataka. So this happens in all parties. I won't put too much stock in it. As far as Dr. Tharoor is concerned, I think Dr. Tharoor is feeling like he needs a more, prominent role, whether that be at the center or at the state. And as someone who's worked with him very closely, in the Professionals Congress when he started, I will say that he wouldn't be amiss in asking for one. And I just hope the party does give him that role. I don't think he's being cut short. I just don't think he's being used as effectively as he could be.
And that's an understatement, but that's still pretty blunt for you to say. Go ahead, Surabhi. Closing comments. Can we unmute Surabhi? Surabhi, if you're unmuted at your end, please unmute yourself. Go ahead.
2 points, Barka. The fact that DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah are having this conversation, it's not about the KPCC president. There is a difference between the BJP in opposition having infighting issues and Congress party having a tussle over who's going to be the CM. Whether one person is going to continue for the 5 years or somebody is going to step in at 2.5 years, that makes a difference, sir. I'll tell you why. Invest Karnataka summit that we had, there was there was some anger happening, and because of that, two senior Congress leaders did not come in. There is anger every time that Karnataka leader is having a constructive conversation with anybody in the center. This is the anger I'm talking about amongst Congress Karyakartas here, as well as Congress in general in Karnataka. The second thing that I want to mention, a reminder, a gentle reminder to everybody watching this show, that Congress has never been pro-Hindu. This is not the Congress of the Mahatma Gandhi. This is the Congress of, no, please, let me. This was the Congress that stood behind saffron terror. This was the Congress that refused to go to the Ram Mandir consecration because they felt it was a BJP RSS project. Please, welcome to New India, where you wear your pride on your sleeve. You go to the Kumbh, you take a dip, and you don't diss on it. This is the sort of India that does not accept election time religiosity. And a quick reminder to everybody fanboying or fangirling over DKS that there has been a lot of history to this. If truly what DKC is doing is just practicing his religion and faith, so be it. If he is sharing the stage with Amit Shah ji or anybody else, then it should not piss people off that much. It truly should not. But the reality of the situation is that there is an entire media, social media and media conversation happening on it. What does that say about the community?
Yeah, let me give the last word to Sugata, otherwise this is an endless argument. The fact is that we also forget that recently the Prime Minister shared a stage with Sharad Pawar. These things happen. Chief ministers of opposition parties routinely receive, for example, the Prime Minister at airports. We cannot get hysterical over two people being in the same frame. This is like the hysteria around Shashi Tharoor saying, oh yeah, that was a good visit for India to America. I mean, that's crazy, right? Sugata?
That's right, Parka. I mean, that's a completely immature way of trying to frame things in Indian politics. So I completely agree with you on that. But yesterday, on Shivratri day, when DK Shivakumar went to this program that had been organized by Sadhguru Vasudev, there was another provocation. Amit Shah was not the provocation. Sadhguru himself was the provocation, because Sadhguru spoke about Kashmir and how Amit Shah had dealt with it, and how the past had been very problematic. And he said, I don't want to really accuse anybody, but then Amit Shah has done a great job. So I think that also got added in. So, but it has got, I continue to say that this has got nothing to do with religion or, Kumbh Mela or anything like that. This is hard politics, number one.
Yeah.
And two, I think we also need to ask this question. We've been speaking about the talent of Mr. Shashi Tharoor. I really like his prose. I really read him seriously and all of that. But what is the measure of talent in Indian politics? Is it organization or articulation? I think that's a very, very important question to ask.
But he's won 4 terms. Manmohan Singh never contested a Lok Sabha election.
That's No, I completely agree.
Shashi Tharoor has won 4 terms.
I respect the fact.
Okay, hang on, one second. Mohan a 10-seconder, and then Shogata close. Mohan.
Shogata makes an excellent point. I think both matter. I don't think it's either or. I think articulation or the ability to communicate is as important as the ability to organize. Both are equally important. Now, I must say, I'm so happy that Mr. Shivakumar actually went to Sadhguru's Mahashivratri, because I feel like many more of us have to do this so that we can stop hearing this Congress's anti-Hindu nonsense, or this line that is paraded by the BJP on and off. It'll finally stop mattering that they say this. The more we do this.
Very welcome to visit the Ram Mandir while you're at it.
That I don't need to prove that I'm Hindu, but I'll do that just to make you happy.
I'm very happy to. Very happy to.
Sugata, closing comment.
I'm not trying to hit out at Dr. Tharoor when I said that what is the measure of talent in Indian politics, whether it's articulation or organization, because DK Shivakumar, who we are speaking about today, is an organization man. Tharoor is far more articulate. If it's about Kerala politics, I don't think he's particularly very articulate in Malayalam. I heard his podcast in Malayalam that he had given to the Indian Express. So I think there are people who speak Malayalam better. So those contexts are different. But this is a rhetorical question. What is the measure? Because so that's extremely important to sort of ask.
Well, let me try to answer it in my closing comments, but I'll let you complete your point. I'm not speaking for any party, but my answer to you would be Shashi Tharoor has to be considered a better face for the Congress in Parliament than Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Simple answer.
No, but see, look at that's absolutely right. You're absolutely right. See, I was the one, I think, in your show or somewhere else, I argued that when the parliament session began and the constitution was being debated and all of that was happening,
Correct.
Priyanka had just then come in. And I said it's very, very unfair that Dr. Tharoor was not allowed to start the debate and it was given to Priyanka, an absolute debutant. I mean, that's how the Congress humiliates its talent. If you want to sort of go a little further and speak about it, like the way they've been humiliating DK Shivakumar in an innumerable number of ways in Karnataka. Even and by the way, after Kharge made that diktat that nobody should speak, even yesterday there has been a comment. So the Kharge is not being followed, and Kharge is not being seen as that kind of an overarching leader. It's Rahul Gandhi essentially.
Okay, we leave it there. Otherwise, as I said, this is an endless debate. It will be very interesting to see what happens next in Kerala and in Karnataka with the real politic check that both DK Shivakumar and Shashi Tharoor, whatever they're feeling, don't necessarily have a lot of alternatives. But whatever's going on, nothing is innocent in politics. It may be an expression of belief, but politics is 24/7. Even politicians who are not 24/7 will have to agree that politics is 24/7. Thank you so much, Mohan, Shugata Surabhi, and earlier to Rashid and Rahul, and to our audience. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.